Ladies and gentlemen, the new cup is live, and we have a team for you here today from Final Boss AJ. She's a streamer on Twitch, and I will link to her Twitch in the description below. And the team's going to be, it's actually going to be a Greninja team here with Claydol as the safe swap and with Hatenne as the finisher. That is a Pokemon I don't know the name of, and you will probably see bloopers of me not getting that name right. Anyways, so Claydol, pretty obviously one of the strongest Mon in this cup. Kind of anytime Claydol is around, it does have a lot of the usefulness, I guess is the word to say. Even though there are a lot of dark types, it just has Mud Slap, which obviously was buffed this season, which is why we saw a lot of it in the Psychic Cup. And Scorching Sand is a very good move. Again, using Ice Beam, probably the way to go over Shadow Ball, which is what I was saying in my 8 best teams video from yesterday. So let's go ahead and get into the battles right now. All right, with the power of editing, we have the correct move sets here on the left side now. A couple things to note is Greninja is super fast to get to its moves. It's not really pressured too much, or I guess I'm giving reasons why you should go Greninja. It's not really pressured too much by things like Mandibuzz, which are one of the safest swaps in the meta. Also, another really safe swap in the meta is going to be Drapion, which if you use the normal moveset, the charge moves are both resisted by Greninja. That's Aqua Tail and Crunch because of its water and dark types, respectively. And that's why Greninja can be really good. Also, being super effective against Claydol gives you a lot of play. While Greninja is very frail, though, those are the reasons why you should play it versus the reasons why you shouldn't, is the fragility of it versus things like Guzzlord or Hatenne. I feel like I'm just getting this name wrong every time. Hatenne. All right, let's go ahead and get into the battle here now. As you see, it is a Guzzlord lead, so pretty bad lead for us here. Switching into Claydol, it's a very neutral matchup here. They do have access to Brutal Swing, though, which is going to be super effective against Claydol, but Claydol is going to live one at the very least, so definitely going to be able to get to another move here. So at the very least, if they do want to switch out of this matchup, they are going to lose that switch timer availability. They do end up shielding, I guess, assuming that Ice Beam was coming out, but no. We're going to come in with Hatenne, and basically 2 Charms end up KOing this. Remember, Charm is actually double super effective against Guzzlord, being super effective against the Dark and against the Dragon typing there. They switch into Qwilfish. We switch right back into Greninja. Qwilfish is another Mon that Greninja is actually just really good against. It does resist both of the moves that they're going to be using for their charge moves usually. Sorry about that. And it's going to be Aqua Tail and Ice Beam. You see Aqua Tail doesn't do that much. Probably could go for a shield and a farm down here. Get to throw a lot of moves into the last Mon, considering they're not switching yet. Makes me think it's that Drapion or something like that. Yeah, and makes sense. They're going for a triple dark team, but it's going to be a dark type in the front with 2 dark poisons in the back, which is different enough to allow for something like this in this specific type of cup. Because poison does give resistances to fairy and fighting, which are the things that are going to be really pressuring something like Guzzlord. Good catch here, and then basically just going to be able to shield and KO this. If not in the next Water Shuriken, they still have, I believe, the Qwilfish here in the back, so going to go for the full farm down. Can throw whatever move into this, but it's GG either way. All right, Cresselia lead, another thing that Greninja is really good against, but one thing to note here is that they do get to Grass Knot, which is basically going to one-shot Greninja. If we were taking any fast attack pressure, I guess, because we do double resist the Psycho Cut, they do end up switching into the Drapion here. Unfortunately for them, that's not exactly the best switch here for them. But going to get to our moves here and then switch into Claydol. Claydol does take super effective from both of the moves that Drapion does have, but none of them are going to one-shot. Now, it is very possible that they're going to get to an Aqua Tail here. They do not. We did get the, I believe it's a defense drop from the Crunch, which is not great for us, but we are going to be able to do a lot of damage to this Cresselia. We'll see if they end up having another... Oh! That's the Double Dark team that I want to play, that I mentioned in the other video. I wonder if they are watching the video or they came up with that themselves or from another creator out there. I believe I got 5 of the first teams from, it might be TZ Spence. So interesting. But this Morpeko is getting pretty low, and obviously Hatterini. The thing is, I called this Hatene before, and now that I know its name is Hatterene, it is screwing me up big time. All right, they try to stay in against the Hatterene here, and they have taken 1 billion damage for their troubles, so that's weird. Oh, is it Morpeko double fighter? Oh, that is tough, trainer. I mean, Annihilate's obviously not an answer to this. They do end up showing that they do have a Primeape here in the back. We do throw a move just to get the shield, but to be honest, we're probably just going to shield and farm this all the way down. They do get to moves, well, not really even fast, to be honest. Rage Fist, is it going to KO? It does KO. Just going to... Okay, things are getting a little risky here because this second Rage Fist is going to be increased in damage from the first one, but they're going to have to get another one off here, which they probably are going to get right here. Rage Fist is going to be resisted here, but it is 2 times buffed attack on the Primeape. So still almost does 35%, but good catch there, although probably going to win that anyway, either way. Rapidash, not a good thing to see in the front, as it actually outpaces Greninja as well. Plus Fairy Wind going to be super effective against Greninja being a dark type there, and Fairy being super effective against dark. They do end up catching here on the Guzzlord, but we do throw the Ice Beam, which is going to be super effective, and then probably go for farm down here. Could shield if we do want to win switch, and we can win switch here, so personally I think I would, but I guess going to let it go. Still maybe one switch. We don't really know. Their timer is worse than ours. Our timer is up. Theirs is not. So going to come in with Hattie. They do end up showing Hatterene. They do end up showing... You saw how slow that eye blink was right there. I just am never going to get this name right on day 1 here. Poliwrath does go for the ice... Icy Wind, but we're basically all in on Hatterene at this point. So going to let this go. Don't really care. They're actually running Play Rough. Very interesting. I would think Wild Charge would be the move being used there. They do get to another move here. We're going to be able to shield this and then basically farm down the Poliwrath in the back. They don't have any energy on this Poliwrath. Oh, and it is very low. Catching you here in the middle of the video. Definitely subscribe if you haven't. Just take a second. Hit it. All right, back to the video. All right, Greninja into Greninja. They actually do end up switching into... Gothitelle, which apparently does have Charm. I didn't know that myself, but we do get the Scorching Sands off here. Gothitelle has Shadow Ball, I believe, and Psychic as its charge moves. I'm not 100% sure. They end up coming back in with the Greninja after we take out the Gothitelle. They're going to get a lot of energy out of this. They do go for CMP. Obviously, they do win CMP, as they do have a much higher attack stat than Claydol does. But we do have a Hatterene in the back. Hatterene... This is so cringe. Sorry, y'all. All right, Hatterene. Going to be able to get Charm through this thing all day. Although, this is looking tough. Do you get it low? I guess it's not going to get to a move. How much HP does their Greninja have? Oh, technically we get to farm down here. Use your Shields trainer. All right. Mandibuzz. This is one of the matchups I said was pretty good for us as well. Going to be able to get to these Hydro Cannons. Technically... at the same, I guess technically faster than the Aerial Ace is going to be coming out, but they basically do the same percentage. Aerial Ace, not a great move, but something of note here is that they were running Snarl, which is interesting. Were they running Snarl? No, I think they were not, actually. Anyways, they do come in with a Quillfish. Do we live in Aqua Tail? We do resist it. And we do live, and we do bank a Hydro Cannon. That is safe for later. Again, we can take an Ice Beam here, even on Claydol, even though it is super effective. And then 2 Aqua Tails. 2 Aqua Tails probably would KO, but since they don't have enough energy to get to both of those, we know that they're either going to go for the Ice Beam or... they're just going to go for the Ice Beam. It's going to be more efficient, more damage with the amount of energy that they have in total. They do still have this Mandibuzz. We still have the Hydro Cannon in the back. Maybe we want to save it. It could be Claydol still in the very back. We're definitely going to live in Aerial Ace here. Probably they could go for Dark Pulse. It is neutral either way. They end up showing a Drapion. And they do throw right away, which is great for us. We still have that Hydro Cannon. I don't know if we just want to come in and throw that Hydro Cannon. I don't know that it'll KO. It's pretty close. Okay, it did KO. Nice. We have... Okay, we get the Charm down. Oh my god. I was like, if we were going to have to throw the Psyshock into this double resisted and hope for that to win, that's not great. Another Mandibuzz lead here. Going for CMP again. I believe this one does have Snarl, whereas the last one, it seemed like had Air Slash. Yeah, it does have Snarl, so... Technically, without them having Air Slash, it means we don't have to actually pay for that first shield. If we do want to keep this alive, we obviously will have to shield again. They have also shielded once on their side, so we're even in shields. We can go for the CMP again, or we can go for a catch here, which is pretty nice. It is going to be neutral again, no matter what it is, but Aerial Ace not going to be doing as much damage as something like a Dark Pulse could do. Going to get this Mandibuzz low, but they end up switching out. Hopefully they have I assume they have an Aerial Ace. I don't know why I said hopefully. That is not the team we're rooting for, but, you know, they're playing obviously very well, so you have to give them that. Hydro Cannon from here will definitely KO. Also, I mean, this works out too. The only thing is, how much health do we want to have on both of our Mon in a general sense? So, probably just going to let this go. Crunch going to be the worst possible thing to happen there. They end up going for an Aqua Tail, though. I mean, we have Ice Beam for Mandibuzz, and they end up showing I don't know why I'm thinking Marshmallow, but Malamar, they're bringing a Malamar. I did go camping this weekend. We did have s'mores, so maybe that's why I'm thinking Marshmallow. Yeah, but they end up... Well, okay, throwing the Ice Beam here is interesting because they could catch, and we want them to take a lot of damage. If they do decide to catch, they come back in with the Mandibuzz. They obviously had a move stored. Remember, they did 3 Snarls before they left the last matchup, but now we're going to be able to come in here, do a Night Slash, and have enough energy for a Hydro Cannon. Although I think a Night Slash would be fine as well, but we do have the energy for the Hydro Cannon, so might as well go for the bigger move. Alright, another Mandibuzz lead. I mean, Mandibuzz is very neutral. Another Snarl one. Interesting. Mandibuzz is obviously very neutral in this cup. I mentioned that in the best teams video. So it makes sense that people are playing more neutral stuff, at least in the beginning of the season. You want to be more safe than sorry. So, yeah, makes a lot of sense. But it's going to give Greninja a lot of room to play, especially if we end up shielding their next move. We can go for extra energy to be able to throw out other things. We can also try to go for a catch here on Hatenne as well. At this point, we can basically go for a Night Slash if we want. They end up coming in with Rapidash. Again, Fairy Wind is going to be super effective against Greninja, but obviously not a very high damaging move, so end up just doing a little bit of damage to it. Basically some chip and dip so that Hatenne can basically farm this down without getting scared of too much. They do end up throwing Wild Charge, though, and end up taking us out there, so not great. Going to give Claydol a little bit of energy here, but, well, how low is the Mandibuzz? Because Mandibuzz is really good against Claydol. Oh, they end up coming in with Slowbro. So Slowbro learns Surf, I'm pretty sure. That's something to watch out for. It won't KO us, but because this Slowbro actually doesn't have any sort of water, so no stab. Even though they do have 2 shields, throwing the move here is the right thing because it does have a chance to lower the attack. We don't get the attack lower there. Also, we should be on the lookout for maybe a catch, or we let it go, come in, Greninja, try to farm down. That Mandibuzz must be really low then. Okay, we get the farm down with Water Shuriken. Second farm down with Water Shuriken. That's crazy. Alright, Drapion technically outpaces only if they want to throw Aqua Tail, which we know is resisted. They could go up to something like the poison, what am I saying? Sludge Bomb. But they, now this could be a Sludge Bomb, but the odds of that seem like pretty low. They do end up showing Crunch. The thing of it is, Crunch is still going to do a lot of damage, considering this is the Shadow Drapion and Greninja is very frail. So I don't know if Crunch KOs from this range, but we're definitely going to get farmed down. Do get a little bit of energy before they end up switching, but they are going to get to throw an Aqua Tail on their way out. Oh, it is a Crunch, and they do come in with Mandibuzz. Not great for us. They can't farm us down, but they can go up to 100 energy before they do throw like an Aerial Ace, just to be more energy efficient. But they're going to take an Ice Beam here, And if they try, they are actually going for the farm down here. They're going to get a second Ice Beam hit at them. But they're going to survive. But, I mean, I guess we just come in Hatterene. Could also switch into like something like Greninja if we think they're just going to throw right away. Okay. Sweet. They still have enough energy for another move, but they only have enough for one more. So this only does half to us. We don't know what's in the back. If we can make it to a Power Whip, it'll KO, but we're not going to make it. Dang. All right, more Pekko. We have two answers to that in the back. They do end up coming with Drapion. They're not going to be able to farm us down. It is possible that we can go for a shield farm down on ourselves, though. It'll take both shields, though. Do we really want to win the switch? More Pekko does get pretty devastated by Claydol. It does resist and double resist its beginning moves. Obviously, if it does make it to its other form, it is very good against our team. We do end up throwing a Power Whip into this Claydol. Probably just going to get the shield here. We're in a weird spot because their Claydol's getting a lot of energy here. And, well, okay, we'll take that switch and just farm this all the way down. The thing is, they'll probably end up throwing a Psychic Fangs here as a chance to get to their big Aura Wheel here, the Dark type one, but they're not going to make it to it either way. Can go for the Scorching Sands, just kind of... Oh, okay. I like going for the Ice Beam because it's super effective, and it means that we can throw a Hydro Cannon if they do decide to shield. We're not going to get one shot by a Scorching Sand, and I don't think there's a way that Greninja is going to get one shot by Claydol. And this one is showing that it is running Shadow Ball, which, again, not something I would normally run in this, although you will be able to hit super effective against the normal Psychic types or the non-subtyped Psychic types, the ones that don't have, like, Dark type associated with it, like Malamar does. All right. Guzzlord in the lead. Again, just a tough match for our whole team. I think we could have thrown there, but it's okay. We're going to come in with the Hatterene. And again, two-shot this thing with Charms, as it is double super effective. They do end up coming in with a Rapidash. We stay in with Hatterene. At this point, maybe we just go for a two-shield farm down here, get one shield back. If they do end up throwing something that's not Body Slam, well, if they throw right away, we know it's another Body Slam. We don't have to shield, so we can save that shield for Claydol. And Claydol with the shield's really good, even into two-shield Mon. Mandibuzz not great for us. But we do get the shield, which is nice. Do one extra charm. Probably this is in double Ice Beam range, but it's going to be pretty tough for us to win this, to be honest. They're definitely not in one Ice Beam, so they probably just let this go. I think this is going to be I don't think there's any way we can win this. Maybe if they try to do some weird catch and we get a big farm down, but I don't think it's going to happen either way. We're getting just so freaking low at this point. And this is on CMP. They still have a shield. They'll probably just shield it either way, even though it is Scorching Sands, and that's going to be a GG. All right, that's going to be it. All right. So it's day one of Willpower Cup. Again, Greninja, a really good tech here, I think, by Final Boss AJ. Again, a link to her Twitch in the description below. I believe she streams almost every day on Twitch, if not every day. So definitely catch her. Go on to click that link, and then you can sub to the channel for free, and it'll show you when she goes live. All right, for me, though, I'm going to be out of this one. Again, we're going to be trying, you know that we're going to try the Double Dark team for sure. We saw it in this video with an opponent. But technically, there is one I do want to showcase, but I'm going to keep that on the download for a second. But if you haven't and you like this video, hit the thumbs up button. And also, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace. As the safe swap and Hatenne, oh no. Let me redo this. And Hatterene. You can see, ooh, I still have Shadow Ball on there. 1 second. Hey, thank you for watching the video, and if you want to continue to support me, definitely click that subscribe button. You'll see any content coming out, and if you want another video on this same league for some more tips and tricks to other teams, check that video out right there, and I'll see you in the next one.